Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has been very vocal against Israel and the United States' illegal war against Iran. And, it's been pretty nice to see. He's been speaking out a lot here. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and then I'm going to also show you some of the things Donald Trump has been recently stating about how wonderfully this war has been going, how just amazing this war, this totally unnecessary war has been going. So take a listen to this, and let's talk about it.
More than 4 million people have been displaced in Iran and Lebanon. An emboldened Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, whose aim is to inflict on Lebanon the same destruction and suffering as that inflicted on Gaza. A cruel and illegal response by an Iranian regime towards its neighboring countries, which we, of course, condemn and reject, because one act of illegality cannot be met with another. And in Iran, in Tehran, they've changed one Khamenei for another one who is even worse. Because Muqtada is a dictatorial leader just like his father, and even more bloodthirsty. What's more, unlike his father, he is in favor of Iran developing nuclear weapons. To sum it up in a nutshell, this is an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster.
Now, what's interesting, everything he's saying just is logically, it makes sense. And also interesting is that we've been hearing Iran state that the Strait of Hormuz is open to Spanish ships, everything else. What I find most shocking about this is he's taking the most logical approach. This war is unnecessary, totally unnecessary, and we have to be speaking out against Israel's aggression, U.S. and Israel aggression. To be honest, it's the United States war, regardless of the fact that it was massively pressured and pushed in by Israel. They're doing this together. And now the United States and Israel, especially Netanyahu now, we're seeing footage over and over and over again of him calling to drag the European Union, drag European countries into this war. The world really needs to speak out about this, because what's going to happen is the whole world is going to blow up because this welfare state called Israel is trying to cause mayhem and wreak havoc all across the damn planet. So Pedro Sanchez, again, is talking about this. I believe this one, he says it's either in English or Spanish, but let's take another listen here to this clip over here, and let's talk about it as well.
That we need to send a clear message to our citizens and the rest of the world that Europe is with multilateralism and is with international law. And we are against this war. We are against this war because it's illegal, there's no reason behind it, and it's causing a lot of damage. Civilians, of course, refugees, and the economic consequences that the whole world, especially this global south, is already suffering.
What's interesting as well, aside from him saying this, is that there was also another clip. I don't have it pulled up, but I'll go ahead and play it later for you guys. People are accusing him of being a Muslim or supporting the Ayatollah, and then there's a clip he gave recently, I'm pretty sure yesterday, where he's like, well, the Vatican has also been opposed to this war. Is the Pope now a Muslim too? And it's just calling out the hypocrisy there. What I find so interesting is that for some reason, right-wing conservative governments in Europe are somehow, speaking out, either not speaking out at all, or trying to show support, or worried about, speaking out against the United States, while still this doesn't benefit anybody. I think there needs to be a unifying force to just stop this. Just absolutely stop this. Now the Trump administration are saying that these negotiations are going wonderfully. I'm about to play some clips here of Donald Trump talking as well. Clearly, we know that's just all rubbish, because it doesn't seem like that's actually what's happening. The Iranian officials are laughing whenever they say there are negotiations going back and forth. They're putting out AI-generated videos showing, just basically mocking the United States. So, let's just go ahead and play this clip here of Donald Trump, and we'll go it over. So take a listen to this one right here.
With Iran, and they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us. There's never been a head of a country that wanted that job less than being the head of Iran.
So, they're negotiating and they want the deal. They want the deal so badly, and they're really negotiating. And clearly, that's the exact opposite of what's going on. He also talks about here how he doesn't use the word war because that has to be approved by an act of Congress. So he tries to skip around that word.
But they're doing it for two reasons. No, number one is they want to deflect from all of the tremendous success that we're having in this military operation. I won't use the word war because they say if you use the word war, that's maybe not a good thing to do. They don't like the word war because you're supposed to get approval. So I'll use the word military operation, which is really what it is. It's called a military decimation. But they don't like the good publicity. They don't like to see us succeed.
They can't use the word war. I see somebody in the comments, Blazerosh, probably mispronouncing it. The negotiations are going great. Just ask Trump's imaginary friends. Yeah, that's exactly what it seems. It seems to be right now. And actually, let me go ahead and just quickly pull up something as well. See how things are going here. Let's see. Trump says to Iran begging to make a deal. We clearly know that's the exact opposite. And now we're seeing Trump consistently threatening again over and over. Destruction of Iran's military gives U.S. options, says President J.D. Vance. Trump says Iran's allows passage of 10 oil tankers. So, I mean, again, we're seeing the same thing. The United States is saying that they're negotiating. Iran really wants a deal. And then the United States and Trump also says that they're actively threatening to blow up Iran's energy infrastructure as well. And the Iranians are still putting out these AI-generated videos of the U.S. being defeated. So it doesn't seem like anything's actually going on. And actually, if you look at the price of oil, last I heard just an hour ago, it increased to what was it? Oil prices today. Let me quickly also search this up and show you guys. So crude oil prices today, they're up to $108 right now, $109. And it looks like, it went up about 5.8, around 6%. So clearly it doesn't seem like investors feel so confident that this is going to end anytime soon. Iran defiant as U.S. pushes to deal to end expanding conflict. And if I genuinely, I just feel like if you go back to the very beginning, before this war started, what objectives were achieved aside from the United States spending billions of dollars and taking out military assets that were posed no threat to the U.S. anyways? Here's the thing. They continue to say this war was massively successful because we bombed things in Iran. Everything that we bombed in Iran had nothing to do with the United States at all. It had everything to do with Israel. So basically, we spent billions of dollars to blow up assets that Israel wanted blown up that didn't pose a threat to us. And they claim that was somehow a success. The United States, we're seeing, different U.S. government accounts on X posting videos, propaganda videos, just blowing up different things in Iran, as if that somehow makes this successful war. We're blowing up things that didn't pose a threat to us. So every time you see one of those videos, just imagine billions of dollars gone for no reason whatsoever, as if it actually benefits us. It was the most ridiculous, unnecessary thing ever. And it's just going to go down in history as one of the things that really started to lead to the fracture of the U.S. empire, because it showed just how expensive and unnecessary this was, not just, again, economically, financially, but also diplomatically. We're starting to see a lot of our European allies, just allies in general, start to distance from us. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found it interesting, I'd really appreciate it if you just go ahead and click the subscribe button below and give it a thumbs up as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't yet, one of the best ways you can support my channel is by joining as a member. So if you click the join button below next to the subscribe button, it's just about $5 a month, and you get to see member-only videos I do every single day for you guys. I hope you found this video interesting, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and have a great day.